Jalen Marshall looks really good as a punt returner. How close is that battle between him and Dontre to be that #1?
Well, it's real close. You know, Jalen's also, you know, getting more and more involved in the offense. He's done a nice job. He didn't play real well early in the year, but the last game he did a good job. He just needed more consistent.
When you say he didn't play well blocking, or what was he not
I think he just, you know, his whole issue is just 4 to 6 mentality that we got to go as hard as he can. When he goes as hard as he can, he's really good. And I finally saw that last week where, I mean, he put his foot in the ground. Even on plays that he didn't get the ball, he was stretching the defense. So the good thing is he's very knowledgeable about all spots. If he keeps moving up the ladder, then he can play. Those two will be on the field at the same time, too.
Cameron Johnston, are you concerned about him a little bit? I mean, a couple of shanks in 2 straight games. I mean, what's sort of your coaching points, I guess, to him the next 2 weeks?
Well, it's coachable because he's a good guy. And, you know, last one, at one end of the game, I wasn't that worried about. The one to start the Virginia Tech game was awful. And he comes across his body and works on his drop, and he's a hard-working guy. So I'm concerned, but it's fixable, and he's a willing guy. So I'm concerned, but it's not like there's option B. You just got to get him better at it.
Could you describe the journey that Michael Thomas has been on? Obviously, it's a good start, but he has had some bumps in the road. Yeah,
he's a California guy that we kind of inherited his commitment. And I got very close with Mike, and he's a good guy. He was a mistake guy. Every third play he'd screw it up, and that's why last year he wasn't ready to play, and that was really hard for him last year. But he's come out, and he's not the same mistake guy, and he's playing much better, and it's not surprising the success he's had because he's practiced that way.
He seems to fit that definition you want of a guy who will take it to the house. I mean, he's done it.
Yeah, he's done it, and he's not like he has the answers now. We got to make sure that I make sure he's aware of that every practice. So he's got a long way to go still.
What's the week been like? What are you working on? Are you working on UC? Are you working on
we jumped right into UC. Pass defense is going to be the call to arms. You know, they're really good. And they got a really good quarterback, and a lot of times when you know, this is week 3 too. It's much different by week. You know, it's not like week 8 where you're, you know, you got fatigue issues and all that. So we got to be smart how we handle our business. But this is all prepare for UC.
Are you guys a little ahead of them because that was their first game? You know what I mean? In the ebbs and flow of a season, are you guys a little bit ahead of them?
Yeah, they didn't. To watch the first half against Toledo, and you'd say no. So. You'd think there'd be more first-game mistakes with a new quarterback, but I didn't. They were outstanding.
Are you concerned that they might throw it 75 times?
Yeah, very concerned.
I mean, based on what?
I'm not. No, I'm worried they catch it 75 times. Because they're really good. They can throw it 150 times, but the receiving crew is interesting. That when I heard Coach Tupperville say it's the best he's had, that's when you're like, wait a minute now. You know, I've known where he's coached. I've watched his teams. I coached against his teams, and they've been real. So when he says that catches my eye, and I made our team aware of that as well.
Herbert JT, after the game Saturday, had an interesting comment where I asked him, you know, has it hit you yet, or you feel like a quarterback now? And he said what he has found through this is it's a process. I mean, it's a continual day-to-day process and stuff. And if you notice that about him, is he a patient? But do you see improvement, I guess, every day in some aspect?
Well, he's been raised that way. You know, it's interesting. We get all kinds. You know, you can imagine over 28 years of coaching, you get kids that, you know, and don't understand what you said, the process of growing up, and he understands every day is a chance to get better. That's the best part about coaching him. He attacks today like it's, you know, he's a rookie, and that's I like the fact that he's so energetic about getting better.
Urban, is Noah allowed around the team at all right now?
Yeah, he actually practiced today. He's you know, doing things to get healthy, but he's also, you know, we're supporting him.
Urban, what's the balance when you guys have a lot of options offensively that you can put on the field with the receivers and tight ends and everything? What's the balance of putting playmakers out there and also putting guys who can block for the other playmakers? How do you sort of mix and match the personnel with
What a great question, and it's fun right now. You know, that I do that every week as I list the guys, and the good thing is, I don't know if it's a good thing or a bad thing, but there's not necessarily there's a 1 or 2 or 3 every week. It kind of changes, and I think the best thing is that you go out and practice. You better practice, or you're not going to get, you know, you're not involved in it. So I kind of like where we're at. We're still not the finished product, but a lot of those guys are young and are going to be here for a while. You know, you lose the Devin and Evan and Jeff, who haven't seen Jeff this year yet. But I like where we're at as far as our number of quality playmakers.
You found a way to make a play though the other day. I mean,
who's that?
Jeff Green. You talking about?
Oh, Jeff Heuerman.
Oh, Jeff Heuerman. Yeah.
Urban, last week there's
Couple
been
more questions, guys.
There's been some teachable moments from the NFL. How much have you talked to your guys about?
Every day, because they know it. They see it. It's how do you not see it? I go work out and put on the thing, and I noticed today every one of them, for I want to say 20 to 30 minutes, was issues. You know, not just NFL, college, and they're all teachable moments. And if you don't use that, then I think everybody in the country is using it.
You guys have a zero tolerance policy here?
Zero
on domestic abuse?
Oh yeah, yeah. You know, we had a couple issues that we had to evaluate, but yeah, that's one of the core values.
You said that
on Jeff. Jeff sitting out this week, right? Heuerman?
This week,
Yeah,
like next week's game?
No,
we want
sitting out from practice.
Yeah, we sat him the last 2 weeks. Okay. It's a stress reaction on a bone in his foot that there's no cure other than to rest. I shouldn't say there's no cure. There's no answer other than rest.
You say stress
but we're hoping for Monday, this coming Monday. He's been training in the pool and all. He's been working, but it's just he can't slam it into the ground.
You said that the offensive line was still a little unsettled. Have you resolved anything yet?
We're starting to get Chase Farris is starting to swing a little bit. You know, so we're still, you know, the two tackles are playing very well. Decker and Darryl. You know, we're still trying to solidify the three inside, and it's certainly not final right now. Take one more. Since Jerry didn't say it. Have a good night.